All right, let's get into it. Today, we're breaking down a complete, no-nonsense routine that is absolutely proven to build bigger, stronger, and more defined arms. Think of this as your go-to blueprint for getting some serious results.
I mean, if you're here, the answer is probably a big yes, right? So you're in exactly the right place. Forget all that conflicting advice you see online. We're going to give you one single structured plan that hits every single part of your biceps and triceps. We're talking balanced, real growth. Let's dive in.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with some heavy foundation movements to build mass. Then, we'll shift gears into sculpting and isolation work. And we'll finish up with some high-rep sets to get a massive pump. Finally, we'll wrap it all up with a complete summary you can take right to the gym. First up, the foundation.
Okay, phase one is all about building that solid base. These are the core, heavy hitter exercises that are going to pack on size and strength right from the get-go.
First on the list, the Easy Bar Preacher Curl. This one is just fantastic for pure bicep isolation. Why? Well, because that bench literally locks your upper arms in place. That means you can't cheat by using your back or shoulders to swing the weight up. All that work is forced directly onto the bicep. And that's exactly what we want for building a better peak.
Now, listen up, because form is everything with this movement. The number one rule is to keep your elbows glued to that pad. The second they lift off, you're losing tension. You got to focus on feeling the bicep contract and squeeze at the top. That mind-muscle connection, that's what actually builds the muscle, not just slinging weight around.
All right, for our first tricep movement, we've got the Incline Easy Bar Skull Crusher. This exercise is unbelievably effective for hitting the long head of the tricep. And you know, that's the part that's really essential for adding that overall thickness and size to your arms.
Okay, the two biggest mistakes people make here are flaring their elbows way out and just going way too heavy. You've got to keep your elbows tucked in to really isolate the tricep. And please, choose a weight that lets you lower the bar all the way down. You want to feel that deep, productive stretch in every single rep. That full range of motion is absolutely crucial for growth.
All right, with our heavy foundation work in the bag, it's time for phase two, definition. We're switching over to dumbbells now. This is where we really start to sculpt the details, fix any strength imbalances between your arms, and really focus on control.
So we're moving on to the alternating dumbbell curl. Working one arm at a time like this is perfect for making sure both of your biceps are developing equally, in both strength and size. And see that little wrist twist at the top? That's called supination, and it's the secret sauce for getting a much stronger peak contraction.
This is the classic mistake you see everywhere in the gym. People just swinging the weight and using all kinds of momentum. To really train the muscle, you have to lock your body down. Stand perfectly still and let your bicep do 100% of the work. And that slow, controlled tempo on the way down, that's where you're going to see the most results. Trust me.
Next up, the single arm dumbbell overhead extension. This is another amazing isolation exercise that hammers that tricep long head, giving your arms that bigger, fuller look from both the side and the back.
Safety first on this one, seriously. The elbow joint can be a bit vulnerable here, so avoid any jerky movements and don't try to be a hero with the weight. The focus here should be all about a controlled stretch on the way down and a powerful squeeze at the tricep on every single rep.
And here we are, at our final phase, the finishers. These exercises use cables and some different grips to just maximize the muscle pump, hit those smaller supporting muscles, and carve out every last bit of detail. First up for finishers is the cable rope hammer curl. This one targets the brachialis muscle, which actually sits underneath your bicep. When you develop it, it pushes your bicep up, making your arms look way wider and more powerful. It's a game changer. The key here is constant tension, and that's what cables are so great for. You got to lock those elbows to your sides and let your arms do all the work. The movement should be smooth and controlled from the very start to the very end.
Now, to finish off the triceps, we've got the V-bar cable pushdown. This is a classic for a reason, you guys. It's just perfect for carving out that classic horseshoe shape in your triceps and getting an absolutely incredible pump to end on.
Let's make sure we avoid the most common mistakes here. Ego lifting will get you absolutely nowhere on this exercise. Keep the weight manageable, lock your elbows into your sides, and just focus on that hard, powerful squeeze at the bottom of the movement.
And for our grand finale, the reverse grip barbell curl. This finisher is incredible for building up your forearms and the brachioradialis muscle. What does that mean for you? It means adding some serious thickness to your arms and really improving your overall grip strength.
Okay, to really get the most out of this last one, you have to keep your wrists straight and totally rigid. If you bend them, you take all the tension off the muscle we're trying to hit. So use a lighter weight, maintain perfect form, and let's finish this workout strong. Phew. Okay, let's put it all together. Here is your complete action plan, summarizing every single exercise, the muscle it targets, and the exact sets and reps to aim for.
This is the one. This is the slide to screenshot. You've got your heavy foundation movements in that 10 to 12 rep range for strength and size, and then your isolation and finisher exercises are in the 12 to 15 rep range for that pump and endurance. It is a perfectly balanced routine all laid out for you.
Look, if you take only one thing away from this entire breakdown, let it be this right here. Strict form, a strong mind-muscle connection, and a controlled tempo will always build more muscle. It's not about how much weight is on the bar, it's about how much tension you can put on the muscle.
So, there you have it. That's the blueprint. The whole plan is right here. The only question left is, what's your first step? Hey, don't try to master it all at once. Just pick one of these exercises for your next workout, focus on making the form perfect, and start building. Thanks for joining us for this breakdown.